Good evening. I just wanted to review with you briefly what we have to do in the next couple of weeks. And for some reason, these videos are cutting out on me after 10 minutes. I'm going to definitely keep this to 10 minutes or under, just so I make sure that I get through the information I need to review. I'm going to really get into work due for the month of March and into April. So I'll just go through these, one by one. And if you have any questions, let me know. For Friday, March 7th, you have to do the three-part summary assignment. And I've asked you to send me the article that you're going to be using, but it just has to be an article of a medium level of difficulty or higher. I actually prefer you use a trade publication or a journal. Here's an example of a trade publication, and for those of you that are in radiology, you're going to be using this one. It's called the Scanner. Actually, you're going to become a member of ASRT, American Society of Radiology Technologists, and my wife Vicki actually gets this one because she's a certified registered, rad tech person. And when you go through these, they have ads and articles related to the profession. But they also have tests that you can take. You can do different readings for continuing education credits. And they're obviously written for people that understand the field and, that are really interested in the field. Some of the articles, like this one, Working Together, Making It Work, RTs and MDs Speak Frankly. And so that's a good article. But, through our WCCC library site, through EBSCOhost, and of course you can look in Medscape. There's a part of Google, I think it's called Google Scholar. The Internet Public Library, IPL.org, is a good place. But as I said, looking in EBSCOhost in our library site, it's pretty good. And you actually, if you look in our library site through Britannica, you'll find some pretty good articles in there. If you, they have encyclopedia articles, but they have periodicals and so on. But what you're going to be doing is you're going to be doing the same information in three ways. The first one is you're going to be doing a visual organizer. And so I don't want you to do an outline. I want you to do a visual organizer with the main idea in the center. And then you're going to have four ideas that branch out from that. And then 3 or 4 points that branch off from that. And if you want to look in YouTube, they have videos on creating a visual organizer using Microsoft Word, creating a visual organizer using Microsoft PowerPoint. Of course, you can use Visio, you can use CAD or AutoCAD or whatnot. Now, the longer summary will be, between 2 to 4 pages, between 750 to 1250 words. And then the shorter summary will be, approximately a third of that. So if you're at 1,000 words and you have like 333 words, it's a ratio of 1/3. So that's basically what you need to do. If you have if you have an older version of Word 2000, 2003, or 2007, go into Word Help. You can use something called Auto Summarize, and it'll create a summary of a summary for you. If you want to try that, it actually works pretty well. But it'll show you how to do it in Word Help, but you'll just add that to your toolbar. And it looks like a piece of paper with sort of a lightning bolt through it. And you can go through and use Auto Summarize. But that's what you're doing. You're producing the same information in 3 different ways. For the 14th, you have to evaluate effective and ineffective written instructions. And so, that would be like a piece of exercise equipment that you put together, a grill, a child's toy, a computer printer, a computer, like a big computer that you have, a desktop computer. But it even could be hair color that you use, because I've had both men and women do that. Any number of different tasks. I like IKEA instructions. Some do not like them. They don't have any words. They have good visuals, in my opinion. But I like Sauder, S-A-U-D-E-R, furniture company. I think they do a good job. As I do like Hewlett-Packard, Dell. I think they do a very fine job. So you're evaluating good and bad written instructions on format, visuals, and level of detail. Okay, and then so that's what's due for the 14th. And there are samples and assignments, as well as that red sample assignment booklet that I sent to you. For the 21st, you have to do discussion board 3, and you have to post what you're going to be doing your written instructions on, you need to pick something sort of at a medium level of difficulty or higher for something you're very, very good at or you've had some experience with. I've had lots of students did like detailing a car, bathing a child, giving an intramuscular injection of a person who's a nurse. But you can do like a sport. You can do, playing defense in basketball, ultimate frisbee, paintball. I've had people that did like bungee jumping and how to prepare for that. But cooking, which is great. Somebody in my in-class course last fall did making a peanut butter chocolate cake using mayonnaise. You think, boy, that doesn't sound good, but it was delicious. It really adds some nice flavor to that cake. It binds it together actually quite well. So, it's just basically choosing something you like to do or you're pretty good at and explaining and articulating it to someone else so they're capable of doing it. I actually took a class recently where we learned how to use the defibrillator, of course, if someone is having a heart attack, arrhythmia, or whatnot, how you revive them and so on. There are actually more and more places are doing training now using this drug called Narcan. So if somebody's overdosing from heroin, I had a student in my class today that was saying that you can actually inject this mist up the nose, or you can give it intravenously, but it'll bring a person back from the verge of an overdose, or if they're comatose, it actually works pretty well. So you're doing your own written instructions. I've had so many interesting ones. I can't even tell you all the ones that people have done. So those are actually the written instructions will actually be due on Friday, April 4th. Okay. And then for the 28th, you have to do the summary of sources for your consumer report, and you have to send me a synopsis of 4 sources that you found related to your consumer report. When you do the consumer report, try not to use all like web sources. I had somebody that bought a SUV and all they did was look on the web. They didn't even test drive the vehicles. I just bought a new SUV last week, and I tell you what, I test drove a couple different vehicles, but the Subaru Forester, hands down, was really wonderful. But you actually have to sit in the car and drive them, and you can see I'm a physically large person, so I need something that gives me enough space in the vehicle. My sister has a Honda Fit, and I can't even get into that vehicle. So anyhow, I just wanted to mention that. Discussion board 4 on the Black Forest proposal. The first posting is due Wednesday, March 26th in 2 paragraphs, and you have to respond to another student by Friday, March 28th. And finally, the written instructions are due for Friday, April the 4th. Now, with the written instructions and also with the consumer report, if those take up too much disk space and you can't send them to me, send them to me as a PDF, because a PDF can be open in any type of device, and smartphone, a tablet, and so on. So you can do that. And the same thing with the consumer report. If they're a big, big file, then just save them as a PDF. So I don't want to go on any longer because this YouTube just cuts out at 10 minutes, and so I'm getting closer to that time limit. But I just wanted to convey to you, from taking this class, it will help you more so as a student, but also as a professional and also as a consumer, because as a consumer, sometimes you have a complaint or an issue that you have to write to a company about, and they want you to put in writing. I had an issue with the borough, the municipality that I lived in, on water drainage, and I had to write 12 letters to them to get this issue resolved. So I couldn't even talk to the borough manager or the borough solicitor on the telephone. They said you have to put it in writing, you have to take pictures, and you have to follow these steps, and that's what I did. And it literally took me 10 minutes, 2 years to get it done, but I was able to get it resolved. So anyhow, that's it. I am out of time. Thank you.